All right, we're live. We're live. We're live. Okay, we are live. Want to make sure I got this audio right. I'm trying to keep an eye out. We got a white vigilante that's been going around slashing. Well, we don't know for sure that he's white, but we assume that he's white. We don't know that it's a male either, but we both things are assumed. A vigilante has been going around and slashing the memorials on Say Their Name Square. So uh, I may drift off from time to time looking in different directions, but that does not mean I'm not paying attention or I'm not locked in. It's just I'm trying to keep an eye out for the white vigilante that's been coming around desecrating the memorials by slashing them. But what I haven't done a live in a couple of days since the last live that I did. I was arrested. Me and Rabbit were arrested or detained. Arrested. We were arrested for I don't even know what the proper term would be that we were arrested for, but it had to do with a flower pot being knocked over. But before I go into speaking about the flower pot debacle, I want to start this live from Occupy City Hall off the way we have been trying to start all of these off as of recent. And I want to say that we came out here as an organization on October 3rd, after on October 2nd, 2020, Tyrus Jones, an unarmed black man, was shot by the Rockford Police Department while he was running away. We continued our occupation of City Hall after the officer who shot Tyrus Jones, Dominic McNeese, was justified in the shooting of Tyrus Jones. Our occupation continued through January 5th, 2021, when Denzel Duvant was beat at the hands of when Denzel Duvant was beat at the hands of multiple officers of the Rockford Police Department. He was beat while he was handcuffed, another unarmed black man, and one of the officers who was involved in some capacity in that assault was Officer Dominic McNeese, who shot Tyrus Jones just months prior. Our occupation continued through April 10th, 2021, when Faustin Guaitigo was murdered inside of his home by Winnebago County Sheriff Deputy Joseph Broulard. Our occupation continued through April 11th, 2021, when no less than 24 hours later, Jose Gonzalez Jr. was shot by the Rockford Police Department while he was running away, 19 years old. And our occupation continued through April 25th, when Raymond Jackson tragically died in a car accident after the Rockford Police Department engaged in a police chase that led to the person that was being chased crashing into the car that Raymond Jackson and his family was in. And again, this is another act of another one of these macro aggressions of police terrorism, are these high-speed pursuits. And this city knows far too well the dangers and the tragedy that comes with these high-speed pursuits, as we have had multiple people who have died as victims of high-speed pursuits that these police departments have engaged in on our streets. And it should be reminded to people that all of these law enforcement agencies have millions upon millions of dollars that at their discretion that they can use to go and catch people a different day. And so those are the five incidents, five macro aggressions of police terrorism, of police violence that has taken place since we've been out here. And so we want to say justice for Tyrus Jones, justice for Denzel Duvant, justice for Faustin Guaitigo, justice for Jose Gonzalez Jr., and justice for Raymond Jackson. Raymond Jackson, Faustin Guaitigo, Jose Gonzalez Jr. all have their all are currently being investigated by the Winnebago Boone Integrity Task Force. The events surrounding the things that happened to those people are being investigated by the Winnebago Boone Integrity Task Force. Okay, so I want to take the time to, now that we have spoken about that, I want to talk about the events that took place down here at City Hall on Sunday. But I want to give two disclaimers. I already sort of gave one disclaimer, and that's that I'm gonna be looking around for the guy that's the slasher to me moving back and forth down here. But I will also give another disclaimer. I'm not gonna lie. Last year when we came out here, it happened to be around the same time as the basketball playoffs were going on, the finals was going on, and I didn't really watch the finals that much. I didn't really watch the finals at all. We was here, it was cold, we didn't have a lot of electricity, and so I wasn't paying attention to it. But I'm not gonna lie, I do have the basketball game to my right here, and I do fully expect that Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks about to finish the Phoenix Suns off. So every now and then I might have some type of reaction to that. And also I'm looking for this guy that's been coming down here desecrating the memorials. But I am going to be staying in tune. This is a lighter heart issue or lighter heart thing. It's not. It's really not. It's very serious. But it's not as the gravity of the situation is not as heavy as some of the other situations. So I feel as if I'm a little bit distracted, it's okay. All right, so I don't want to, and this camera kind of crooked. I can't lie, this camera kind of crooked. It's throwing me off. Hold on, one second. Okay, yeah, that fixed it. And even if it didn't fix it, mentally it's fixed it for me. Okay, so I do not want to incriminate anybody. I don't want nobody to take this as me trying to throw somebody under the bus or incriminate anybody. But there is a camera. It's a camera that's right up here. I'm very sure that they have already looked through the camera and got all the information that's needed. So this is not me snitching. This is not me cooperating with the authorities. This is not, telling on nobody or nothing like that. It's a camera. So let's go through the events of Sunday. So me and Rabbit are sitting outside City Hall. I just had got done smoking a blunt, was listening to some music, walking up the street. We getting ready to do a live. We getting the camera and stuff set up. We got the table. Anybody who knows how City Hall is, the area of City Hall, we got the table not close towards 2nd Street and the East State Street intersection, but closer towards the 1st Street and East State Street intersection, right in between where the old Chase Bank building turns in at. So we got the table a little bit further down. We finna get ready to do a live. And again, all of these things is on video camera. I'm sure these cameras have been pulled. So this is not me trying to tell on nobody. So we out here in a bunch of four-wheelers and people on four-wheelers and motorcycles and the little dirt bikes. They all come flying down the street. And in the midst of them flying down the street, it's a couple. What up, brother? It's a couple cars that got to pull off to the side, and traffic sort of got to stop for them, and you can sort of tell that it's through the angle. Hey, what's up, y'all? Love y'all. Y'all be safe. It's good seeing y'all. You can sort of tell by the way the cars is pulling off to the side that some of the cars is angry, some of the cars is upset. But it's one car in particular that it seemed as if they was like I'm not gonna say that the person was drunk. I don't know if they was drunk or again, this is not me casting aspersions. I do not know nothing about this person or who, or it might not even have been a person in the car. The car could have been like what's those things, automated or autonomous car. So for all we know, or nobody could have been driving the car, but the car in what seemed to be some type of anger, some type of rage. It looked like road rage a little bit to me. But again, the car swerves off the road and hits the big flower pot. Now, anybody that's been outside of City Hall or been to the City Hall in Rockford knows that they got these hideous flower pots. It's like 3 big hideous flower pots on both sides of City Hall. I'm not really sure what the exact terminology is for it. I'm just gonna call it a flower pot. Somebody else might know the proper terminology. If you want to put it in there, you can put it down here. But so anyways, this guy not guy. Again, and I do not know that anybody was actually behind the wheel of this vehicle. The vehicle smacks the flower pot, and the flower pot go flying. Like it was like something out of a movie, out of Fast and Furious movie or something. The flower pot went flying, dirt was everywhere and shit. But nobody was hurt, nobody was hit. I personally didn't feel as if the vehicle, because again, I don't know that nobody was inside the vehicle or that the vehicle was being driven. Who knows what's happening? All I know is what I seen from the vehicle. The vehicle did not seem like they was trying to do this as an attack towards us. Now, I know some people later on asked us about that and asked if that's what was going on. I did not get that. Usually when people want to say something, I would think that if somebody was doing that they would put their window down. People not shy about putting their windows down here and coming and saying a racial epithet or a racial slur or get a job or countless, what about black on black violence? It's all types of things. We done heard it all out here. So people not shy about speaking. So I would think if they was swerving in an effort to intimidate us or scare us or to fuck with us, that they would have, yelled a racial slur or something like that out the window. So I do think that this was not about us. They wasn't trying to, oh no, Giannis, oh my goodness, oh damn, it's over with, Giannis, oh my goodness. All right, I'm sorry, my fault. All right, so I'm making sure the memorial's not getting desecrated. Okay, so the flower pot fly, dirt everywhere and everything. And so I thought it was funny. Me and Rabbit, both of our initial reaction was we thought that it was funny. So I go to get my phone out, and I got my phone already so that I listen to music. But I go to get my phone out to record, and I'm finna go live and make a video talking about how this shit just happened and how crazy the amount of things that I have seen happen on this street are. But then I was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. That might be snitching. That could be incriminating. I might be helping the authorities. And you should never help the authorities. And so I did not do that. And again, this is an example of why you shouldn't help the authorities, because of the things that follow in this situation, in this story. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I put my phone away. I'm like, I'm not gonna film it. I'm not gonna go live. I'm not gonna be incriminating. I'm not gonna do that. So I just recorded a little small video snippet to send to for personal purposes. And took a picture or whatever. And so me and Rabbit, we keep on talking. Maybe about 2 minutes later, Antar pull up. Me and Antar, Rabbit, we talking. We telling Antar about what just happened. And then a minute after Antar pulls up, again, I'm just keeping an eye out for the desecrator. We got a dude going around slashing the memorial, so I got to keep an eye out. I'm watching multiple things. If you see me looking this way, I'm looking out for the memorial desecrator, for the slasher who been slashing these memorials for the last week. And if I'm looking this way and reacting, it's because the game is on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. So a minute after Antar, so Antar gets here 2 minutes after the flower pot get knocked over. A minute after Antar gets here, 2 police officers walk around the corner over here. The two police officers walk around the corner. One of them got a notepad out, like what's the Blues Clues guy? Like the dude off Blues Clues, or like a TV show, like some shit off a TV show. You would have thought somebody said action. The way he came around the corner with the notebook and a pen already out, which should have been a sign he was gonna be on some top cop shit, that he was, and it's dark as hell too. And it's a bunch of reasons that should have been an indicator this dude was gonna be on some bullshit. But so he come around the corner, him and his partner, he got his notepad and his notebook out, and so I go to get my phone to film, and for some reason I'm still banned on my personal account from going live on Facebook, which is some bullshit. Somebody need to talk to Mark Zuckerberg. Oh shit, motherfuckers down here drunk fighting. Oh shit, okay. Ah, damn, I think they're finna come on the camera with this. Please don't come on the camera with this. Oh shit, don't come down the camera. Don't come to the camera. Oh, they gonna come down on the camera. Oh, this gonna happen on the camera, on live. So the cop come around the corner. He got his notepad out. He got his pen and his notepad out, which should have been an indicator that he was gonna be on some bullshit. But they didn't come. They walked around the camera. They walked in front of me instead of walking behind me. They walked on the opposite side. I think we all in the clear. Damn, that was crazy. Oh my goodness, I thought they was finna come on the camera fighting like that. This shit. Oh damn, the dude's still here. Okay, let's continue. Where is we at? Okay, so the police come around the corner. Dude got the pen and the notepad out. And he walked up to me, so I'm getting my phone out. Yeah, I'm banned on Facebook, so I couldn't go live initially on my own personal Facebook. So I had to sign out my Facebook, to sign into one of my burner accounts, so that way I could go live on them. So I had to sign off on my personal Facebook page and go into one of my burner accounts. So once I got on the burner account page, then I was able to go to the May 30th Alliance page and try to go live. So I'm going live. I'm trying to go live on the May 30th Alliance page. And dude top cop with the pen and the pad out, fucking Detective Stabler, he talking about some, did you see what happened? When he said it to me, I laughed. I have not laughed that hard in months. The fact that this man really thought I was about to say anything to him about this planner. Again, and if he would have came out there with any type of real detective work, any type of real detective skill, what's up, my man? He would have been able to easily look at the tire marks. The person who hit the vehicle, because I don't know if there's a person behind the wheel of the car. I don't know. And I'll just off back, I will plead the fifth in court if at all I'm try to use as a subpoena or a witness. I will plead the fifth. It's clearly tire tracks on the side of the curb. Like clear, fresh tire tracks. You can still smell the rubber burn from the tire tracks. So the fact that instead of trying to first investigate, that he would just off back ask me what happened. He know I'm here protesting against the police. It's a dude beat up by the police right next to the trash can he just walked out of. Walk by. I know he know who I am. I know he know what we down here doing. Well, why would he even ask me that? So I thought I didn't know if he was trying to be funny, and he was fun, because some of these cops do be trying to be funny. Like Wizardhand be trying to be funny. Caruana, he try to be funny. You know, some of them be trying to be funny. So I didn't know if he was making a joke or what. But I was like, no, I ain't see what happened. But later on I realized he wasn't. He was serious, and I think he was bothered that I laughed at him asking that question. And so then once I said no, I didn't see what happened. He asked me for my ID, and so I know that this man knows who I am. And again, this is not on no type of arrogant or no type of like popularity. That's not. I'm not saying that because of that. I'm saying that because all of these police officers use as a tactic that they know who you are. It's times I walk inside the mobile and I go use the bathroom. I don't know who the cop that's in the bathroom is. I don't know who this white man is. I don't know him. He's just a white man in a uniform. I swear I never seen a man before. I walk in the bathroom. He's, hi, Leslie. How you doing today, Leslie? How's it going, Leslie? I walk out the bathroom. It's some cops some cop might be walking into mobile. I might be walking to Jimmy John's. I might be to use the bathroom in Jimmy John's. I might be walking to read the book. I might be smoking a blunt. I done been smoking a blunt. Sitting down right here smoking a blunt. Cop pull up. I ain't never seen a cop before. Hey, what's up? What up, man? That wasn't a cop, though. That's not a cop. Cop I never seen before pull up and be like, hey, how you doing, Leslie? What's going on, Leslie? So I know that dude know who I am. I know he know. And I know he didn't get dispatched to City Hall. Oh, I thought I heard them people fighting again. Okay. And I know he didn't get dispatched to City Hall without them saying something about Leslie or the protest. You know, so I know the man know who I am. So I don't tell him I don't have my ID. And I didn't. At that time, that is a truthful fact. I did not have my ID on my person at that time. So then he asked me for my last name. He got his notepad out and he got his pen. And he look at me like he asking me a serious question. Look at me like we inside of an interrogation room and he really trying to figure out some type of real solid clues to a 20-year-old cold case or something. What's your name? No, he know what's your last name. He know damn well what my last name is. He knows what my last name is. So I don't know if he being patient. Again, maybe for a few of these moments, I thought this dude was just really funny, trying to be real funny. Like, what's your name? Like, he trying to be funny or something. Like, he making a joke. And so I told him, you know my name. He's like, what's your last name? I'm like, you know my name. He's like, so you're refusing to give me your name? And I told him again, you know what my name is. I'm not refusing to give you my name. You know what my name is. And he said, okay, I'm going to have to detain you. And again, I want people to understand what he out here for. He's out here for the laid down flower pot, the flower pot that's bleeding on the ground. Now once has he tried to revive the flower pot. He did not once check to see if the flower pot had a pulse still. He didn't try to go through the flower pot's phone to try to any type of emergency contacts. None of those things. He didn't do none of that. He didn't go and investigate the area in which the flower pot had suffered this trauma at to see if it was any evidence or any fingerprints or any residual things that he could find. He didn't do none of that. He went straight to me. Like he knew I killed the flower pot. And again, as he's straight to me like he know I killed the flower pot, as I'm standing next to the tire tracks. So anyways, so I asked him, what am I being detained for? Because I didn't know, maybe he was going to say for assaulting the flower pot, you being detained as a witness to the flower pot being assaulted, or to the witness of the battery of the flower pot. So I was trying to figure out what is the exact crime that has taken place here, so I can know what I'm being detained for. So if I need to get a hold of legal representation, or if the flower pot family come down here, the people for the flower pot that know the flower pot come down here and they asking me, Leslie, why you arrested, so I can tell them I don't want the flower pot's loved ones thinking I did this to the flower pot. But he did. So I asked, "What am I being detained for?" And he said, "For refusal to give me your ID." And so I told him, "I don't got my ID." And he said, and at this point, he's already in the process of handcuffing me. So I had a phone I was trying to film. I got to try to throw the phone to Rabbit. He handcuffing me, putting the handcuffs on me. As he telling me as I'm asking, what am I being detained for? He said, I'm being detained because I refused to give my ID. Told him I didn't have my ID, and then he said, you refused to give me your name. And so I told him, you know my name. You know what my name is. And he said, you refused to give your date of birth. And I said, you never asked me for my date of birth, which he never asked me. And for clarification, just so we on the same page, I wouldn't have gave him my date of birth neither. He should have been trying to get the flower pot's date of birth so he could give the medical examiner some information about the flower pot. How is my date of birth going to help this flower pot? How is that? I don't get how nothing about me was going to help the flower pot. And he was called there to help the flower pot. He ain't even tried to see if the flower pot could get up yet. So I wasn't going to give him no information about me. And so he handcuffs me for that. And then his partner asked him, what about him? Speaking about Rabbit. And just for clarification, Rabbit done gave these people his ID. Rabbit, I'm not going to use the word, I don't want to say comply. I don't want to put words in Rabbit mouth, but if I was being non-compliant, Rabbit was being compliant. So Rabbit giving these people everything they want, they still handcuff Rabbit and Rabbit White. That's why one of the things that I be telling people, that this ain't just strictly a black or a white thing, because only thing Rabbit was white, and twice Rabbit now done been arrested and handcuffed while being white, and the only thing he done did was be next to a black person. There's nothing right. Well, I guess he was also next to the dead flower pot, so that's also incriminating. I mean, you don't want to be next to any type of dead inanimate objects when police come, because that could get you falsely charged with being the one who killed the inanimate object. So I guess that's also one strike. But the second strike was that he was next to a black person who was also next to a dead inanimate object, and all of those things convoluting together made it so that Rabbit might as well not even have been white no more. So they handcuff Rabbit, handcuff Rabbit. Handcuff me under the guise of me not giving my ID. And so then, which begs to the question, if I got handcuffed because I didn't give an ID, and Rabbit gave an ID and he still got handcuffed, would it have even made me any difference to give my ID and give him all this shit? Probably would have still handcuffed me. So anyways, they handcuff us, and then he says, and Antar picks up the phones, both our phones on the ground. Antar picks up the phones, he starts filming, and the guy says to Antar, you can film us while we're with them over there. And so I'm like, over where? Where are we going to? The flower pot right here. You gonna take us all the way over there. By the time we get over there, all the flower pot's dirt could have bled out from it. You need to be worrying about this flower pot. But he says, no, we going over here. We going to the car, Leslie. He pulled me. He said, we going to the car, Leslie. So off back, I know. So now I know he know my name. They call me by name. The crux of this issue was that I would not give my name or my ID to this man. And then the man calls me by name. So now once he calls me by name, let's rewind back to the very first thing that this man did, his interaction with me, when he walked up and he said to me, do you know what happened? Did you see what happened? So he knew who I was when he came and he asked me that goofy ass question. And so it's my fault that he got offended by me laughing at him asking me that goofy question when he knew who I was. And then think about this. He knew who I was when he asked for my ID. He knew who I was when he asked what my last name was. All of these things that he's doing, and the flower pot is bleeding. It's multiple flower pots that's in the area being traumatized, watching this flower pot dirt steadily leak out of itself. He ain't even tried to pick it up, put none of the dirt back together. Ain't did none of that. He ain't did no Humpty Dumpty with the pot. Some of the pot's pieces is sprawled over the floor. He not trying to put it back together. I ain't seen him go to try to get no first aid kit out of his trunk with no Elmer's glue or with no duct tape. None of these things. None of these things that I would think be first responder action. Wouldn't that be first responder action to an inanimate object being assaulted? Is to get glue and tape once you get caught there? He can't. So I don't know. I don't know. We have to find out what the procedure is. Somebody Google that. Find out what the procedure is for the Rockford Police Department when they get called to the scene of a crime and an inanimate object has been assaulted or has been wounded. And again, so he walks us over to the car. He sits us on the side of the car after now acknowledging that he knew what my name was this whole time. They probably didn't know what Rabbit name. They probably didn't know who Rabbit was. No, but no, they probably didn't know who Rabbit was. They be watching these lives. They be watching these videos. They do be watching these videos. But they did know who Rabbit was because Rabbit gave them their damn ID. So at this point, not only do they know they have now confirmed they know who both of us are. They have confirmed our identities. They walking us over to the car, and they have not. They still don't know the identity of the pot. They don't know if the pot from Home Depot, if the pot is from the Lowe's distribution center, if the pot was from Walmart. They have not found out nothing. They haven't found out the dirt type of the pot for when they go to the ambulance and they need to do a dirt transplant. They ain't found out nothing about this pot. But anyways, they get us over to the car. As we sitting on the car, as we sitting inside the car, a different police officer pulls up, a supervisor. He walks over. He on his phone, talking on his phone. And this guy, we've had interactions with this guy too. I don't know how many people watch TV shows, but what we gonna do is we gonna do like a. I'm looking for the desecrator, making sure the memorial's not getting desecrated. What up? I don't know how many of y'all watch TV shows, but we gonna do like they do this on TV shows sometimes where like they do a flashback or something, a scene that happened or a character will pop in, they pause it, they do a flashback on the character from the past. So the supervisor came and I seen his face. As I'm handcuffed, I seen his face and I'm trying to figure out who is it? Who is he? I know him from somewhere. I know him from somewhere. And so as I'm sitting there, I do the flashback and it rewind, and I remember that he was down at the courthouse when Tyron was arrested, and when Ari was arrested when we was walking on the crosswalk. So both of them got arrested for walking on the crosswalk, and this cop was there. He was one of the cops in charge, and he would not leave. And again, I don't want to be hotboxing, jumping around too much, but I just got to bring this story back up. This man was in charge there. He would not leave. He refused to leave. He came. He gave us citations. His superior officers came and told him to leave. All of the other officers that was there was getting in their cars, leaving. It was like 20 cops there, but he would not leave. He kept standing by his car. He wouldn't leave. We filming him. He won't leave. Even when he get in his car, he drive off real slow, still looking. So this the type of dude that this cop was. So anyways, he walk up. He on his phone. He talking on his phone and shit. He walk over to us and he look at him and he sort of just tell him, he say to him, let him go. So dude walk over. He unhandcuff us from the back seat of the car. The Bucks beating their ass. Yeah, they was beating there. Hold on, let me see. Let me check again. Hold on. Damn, you got me. See, look, my fault. I see y'all supposed to be doing something. I just wanted to remind you because he came over here talking about the Suns was gonna win. No, I told you they finna lose. Yes, you is finna cry. You and Chris Paul and Cliff Paul. Everybody with the last name Paul. Oh, it's closer now. It's closer now. It's second quarter. Before they was beating them by like 8 points. Giannis was spinning and dunking on their ass. It was nasty. All right. All right, we gonna see. All right, okay. All right, y'all be safe. Okay, so the superior officer come over. Be safe. Superior officer come over, tell him they unhandcuff us. He unhandcuff us. And so the first thing I'm saying to this man after he gets me unhandcuffed is, now, what was the reason that you did all this for? And again, it should be reminded, while all this has happened, not single person has came to check on this pot or on any of the other pots to make sure that some of the other pots ain't dealing with something as well. Ain't nobody check. I would think if you come to a scene and you see that one pot has been assaulted, you go check to make sure none of the other pots dealing with the same type of thing, or that you ain't dealing with some type of serial assaulter. He could have still been in the crime scene. They could have still been in the area. They could have went and knocked over some other pots in some other spots. That rhymed. That was an accident. But All right, but anyways, so he unhandcuffed me, and so I'm asking him, what was all this for? Antar saying the same thing. He filming like, no, that's not it. What was all that for? You just violated their rights, handcuffing them. And so as we saying all this, we sort of talking over each other. The cop's like, hold on. The one who came with the pen and the pad, the top cop, the dude who did more trying to figure out who I was and get my name than trying to make sure that this pot survived this horrific incident that had happened to it. He's like, hold on, just hold on 1 second. Just let me explain. Give me 1 second and I'll explain to you what happened. Just give me 1 second. So I'm like, okay, fine, cool. Go ahead, explain. So I'm not gonna lie. And see, this the police done did this to me multiple times. And see, this is part of the institutionalization that's at work. Is that multiple times these police officers have done this where they be like, let me explain. Let me just explain. And it's because I don't watch too many movies. I watch too many police movies. I be thinking they finna say some shit for real. I be thinking they finna get in the bag and explain some shit. And I'm gonna still disagree with this bullshit they about to explain, but at least they gonna have done some type of adding up or some type of, I don't know. You ever seen Monk? I don't know how many people seen Monk. Sometimes Monk will just add a few things up and that shit'll work. So I didn't know if maybe they was gonna do something like Monk or CSI. You ever seen CSI? Gil Grissom, they'll figure out at the end, they'll add some shit up. House, you ever watch House? He'll diagnose them. So I'll be thinking maybe they just finna run me through the science real quick. But every time they just say some goofy ass shit. It's not even no bullshit. It's just goofy ass shit. So I say to him, okay, go ahead. Explain to me why after you got some type of call about the pot that's been dealing with this blunt force trauma, explain to me why instead of dealing with the blunt force trauma that has happened to the pot, instead of trying to get some pictures of the tire marks, instead of doing any of those things, you came to get my name and you arrested me in the process of this. Explain it to me. So I'm quiet. I'm listening back. I'm sitting back. I want to hear what he got to say. He says to me, well, I was just asking for your name because that's the order of operations. After that, I was going to get your date of birth. That's it. That was his explanation for having handcuffed me. That was his explanation. Order of operations. The order of operations was to get my name and to get my date of birth as this innocent pot. You have to, and this is what you have to understand, is that we don't know how much longer that this pot had to survive. Thankfully, they was able to resuscitate the pot, to get a dirt transplant, to get enough people to pick the pot up, to put the pot pieces, reconstructive surgery on the bottom of the pot and put it back together. And now this pot is standing again. But that was not guaranteed when they was wasting time interrogating me. That was not guaranteed. It was not guaranteed that they was going to be able to find all the pieces for the reconstructive surgery for the pot. Wasn't guaranteed that the pot was going to not be brain dead from losing so much dirt. And so the fact that the order of operations was not to tend to the pot immediately, the fact that the order of operations was not to do that, it says a lot about the police force in Rockford, and we got to do something about that. They got to deal with inanimate, coming to the scene of the crime where inanimate objects have been violated. They have to do a better job of dealing with that. And so after he gives that explanation. And so, and all of us start saying, like, that's bullshit. Everything that you're saying is bullshit. This is all horse shit. This all bullshit and horse shit. That's all that's happening right now. And so they all get in cars. At this point, another cop came up, a black cop came up. He pulled all up on the car. He pulling up on the curb all crazy, hop out the car like he was coming to the scene of a mass shooting or something. That's how he got out the car. Maybe I might be an exaggeration. That's a slight exaggeration. He didn't get out the car like that. Like, it wasn't like that. But he did hit the curb and hop out quick. Looked like he was breathing a little heavy. I don't know. So anyways, so it's 4 cops that's here now. At the scene of the crime. Nobody has done anything to tend to the pot. I just want a reminder that this pot is still in the same spot, dirt falling all out of it. We've now been unhandcuffed. We got our phones, and we live, and a lot of this from this point forward, can be filmed and can be watched in Rabbit's video. But all these cops get back in their cars, and so we just standing around trying to figure out what the hell just happened. I have been, and this is the ninth time either the ninth or the 10th time. I'm losing track. Ninth or the 10th time I've had handcuffs on me in less than a year, less than 12 months. Almost on an average of once a month, I have been handcuffed by police officers in this city, and it's been on bullshit. Every time it's been on bullshit. Not quite as much bullshit as the pot incident. I don't know if that's got to be the most ludicrous handcuffing, ludicrous arrest that's happened. Oh, they making this game close now. Phoenix up. Oh, here come the motorcycles. Oh, they lit. It's lit. What up? 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 Okay, so the police officers get back inside their cars, but what they do after they get inside their cars, this was crazy. This was crazy too. Now this is all on film as well. They get out their cars, pop the trunk, and get crime scene tape. They get crime scene tape, and they tape off the flower pot. They put tape around the flower pot. They put tape around a light pole. They wrap the tape up and tie it off. And again, I know some people may be feeling like, why would they tape off the pot before checking the pot's pulse, or before checking for a murder weapon? Because the way they taped the pot off, it was like a murder. I was thinking that the pot was done. I thought the pot was finished. I didn't think we would see the pot again. I thought that what's the coroner name? Bill Hintz. I thought Bill Hintz would be here in the morning. I was thinking why he ain't here already, but I thought maybe because of the corruption allegations, maybe they getting somebody besides Bill Hintz to come in. But I just figured, Bill Hintz would be down here. I didn't know if they was on Sufadusha was the old coroner. I didn't know if they was gonna call Sufadusha in on a reserve row because it's Sunday nights. I don't know how all that worked. But as it stands, they just taped the crime scene. They taped the pot off, the crime scene area off. They hopped in their cars and they left, and that was it. That was all that. That was the wrap up. I will say this though. They did say, and I think this is bullshit. I do not think this happened, but they said that somebody called them and said 2 people knocked the pot over, which is, I don't believe that nobody called and said that. I do believe that somebody might have called and said the pot was knocked over and that it was 2 people out there. But they molded those sentences into one thing. And then later on, they said they got a different call that said a car hit it, and then after that, that's when they taped off the crime scene, taped off everything. I do want to say this, because I'm going to end this live. This live was just about trying to address what happened with the pot and the pot situation. I know that it's a lot of people, and I should have put trigger warning at the beginning of this video and trigger warning on the last video. I'm not sure how many people who may be still dealing with trauma from pots or vases that they may have had that have broken in their homes, that were not prepared to see the trauma that had happened to the pot out here. I apologize if anybody watched that video and was traumatized by seeing that. I'm sorry. I did not think about that. I will put trigger warning. When I go back, I will re-edit and put trigger. What movie is this? What movie is this? This a movie? Oh, this is just a commercial for the Disney World. Anyway, my fault. See, I got distracted. But the pies want to say that the pot is okay. The pot survived reconstructive surgery. They got the bottom of the pot back together. They got a dirt transplant. They put it, they found out the dirt type of the pot, got a dirt transplant, put it back in the top of the pot, put the flowers back in there. The pot is okay. It's all good. It's all in one piece. So that's good. I was not compensated for the pain and suffering I felt from not only witnessing what happened to the pot, but also having my human rights violated. No type of compensation or apology from the Rockford Police Department, but that's par for the course dealing with the Rockford Police Department. What I will say is this though. We gotta do it though. We gotta get some police officers with some better restraint. We gotta find police officers with better restraint. This guy was nuts, man. I don't know how he came to the scene of this crime and handcuffed 2 people. I think it's ludicrous. But so that is what happened with the pot. That's what happened with the flower pot. I'm all out of sarcasm. I'm tapped out. I want to end this live the way that we end most of our lives. I did not have charges pressed, and I did not go to jail. For anybody who is unsure, no charges pressed, didn't go to jail. But I want to end this live the same way that we end most of our lives by saying Rest in power to Mark Barmore. Rest in power to Demetrius Bennett. Rest in power to Jovan Fresco. Rest in power to Geno Washington. Rest in power to Logan Bell. Rest in power to Kerry Blake. Rest in power to Phillip Johnson. Rest in power to Suzette Babler. Rest in power to Jasper Banks. Rest in power to Faustin Guaitigo. Rest in power to Shannon Graves. Rest in power to Mikey Guzman. Rest in power to Joseph McCormick. Rest in power to Eddie Patterson. And rest in power to Lil Mike Sago. We outside.